Hi guys, this is lesson 2-4 part 2, and this is part 2 obviously, that comes after part 1, obviously again, but earlier we were working on number stories where we did a lot of addition, and now we're going to work on doing some subtraction to help us find some answer to our number stories. So, you need your math journal again. You are going to be going to page 37, and we are going to be working on number 4 together. While you're going there, Math Journal page 37, number 4, I am going to show you once again that we have this wonderful resource available to us. If you ever feel like you are just getting really stuck in how to solve our number stories. And a reminder that we have this in the classroom, and please refer to it during the year. So number 1 is, what do we understand from the story? Number 2 is, what are we going to do? What's our plan? Number 3 is we're going to answer the question, always showing our work. And number 4 is checking our work. Does it make sense, and how do we know? Okay, so we will refer back to this when we are working on our problem. So let's go ahead and go over to our book. All right, and here's our problem. So Math Journal, page 37. This is number 4. An alligator clutch, had 60 eggs. Only 12 hatched. How many eggs did not hatch? Since I like to read through problems 3 times, let's read it again. An alligator clutch had 60 eggs. Only 12 hatched. How many eggs did not hatch? All right, so let's go back to our sheet and take a look. Our guide to solving number stories. What do we understand from the story? We read it. What do we want to find out? Let's go back and take another look at it. So an alligator clutch had 60 eggs. Only 12 hatched. How many eggs did not hatch? So we are trying to find out how many eggs did not hatch, okay? So the thing here is we already know a total number, and the total number was 60 eggs, okay? We know that 12 of them hatched, and so we need to find how many didn't hatch. So we are looking for a part answer in this problem. Since we already know a total, our total is 60. One of the parts is 12 because only 12 hatched. You can do this along with me too, by the way. That's a goofy looking 2. And so we are trying to find out the other part to this. So I'm going to put a question mark here. And just like before, we are using units in this. So our units is going to be eggs. 60 eggs, 12 eggs, and an unknown amount of eggs right now. Okay, so let's go back and check in. So what are we going to do? How are we going to solve this problem? Bunch of different options that we have. If you would like to draw a picture, you can. If you would like to draw a diagram, you can. If you'd like to add, subtract, please feel free to do so. This is kind of the beauty of word problems, is it's kind of your way to show me what you know and how you want to go about tackling a problem like this. I have a couple methods for you, and since we have a total and we have one part, I know that we could do 60 minus 12 to give us an answer. So I'm going to write down over here if I can. One way you could do this is 60 minus 12, and that would be equal to 48 eggs. Another way you could do this is you could think to yourself, 12 plus what number will get me to 60? And this could probably take some thinking in your head. I could think, well, 12 is really close to 10, and then I know 10 plus 50 would get me to 60, so it would have to be 48. So I could also do 12 plus 48 would get me to 60, okay? So bottom line is here, we have figured out what our other part is, and our part turned out to be 48. And we can write our number model in here, but let's go back first and check if we're missing anything. So we're answering the question, and we're going to solve the problem and record our work and then write the answer with the units. So go back over here. And so we're going to answer the question. The question turns out to be 48. And we see their little sign says units again, so we have to make sure we write down eggs. So I'm going to write 48 eggs. And then a number model. You can choose from one of these to be your number models. So I am going to do 60 minus 12 is equal to 48. That would be my number model. Now, the last part, and we'll go back over here and check, is check. Does our answer make sense, and how do we know? Mathematicians are always making sure that their work is correct and that they know for sure that their answer is correct. So how do we know? Well, let's think about this for a second. We know that the number of unhatched eggs, or eggs that did not hatch, has to be less than the total number of eggs that have hatched. So if you heard me before talking down here when I estimated that about 10 plus 50 would be 60, I was thinking that it had to be somewhere close to 50 that did not hatch, because that would make the most sense to me. A lot of this is going to be thinking out loud to yourself and trying to come up with reasonings on your own, and I encourage you to always be talking about how you got your answer.